This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
I'm Rob Warren, as you know, and we are doing Warren Pieces. Today we are going to be talking about Test of Honor. I am with Warlord Games, Jon Russell.
Hey Rob, nice to meet you. Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, not a problem.
Hi gang, how you doing?
He's going to show us how to play this. Why don't we go down to the table and check it out?
How would you play this? Okay, what we got here set up is the first scenario in our battle guide book. There's two rule books in this box set. There's a battle guide and there's the main rules. The main rules are only 16 pages, but really when you play this game, all you really need is the back and these cards. And I'll explain these cards to you. These are like a bookkeeping card, and at the bottom you'll see there's 6 symbols. All right? And from this side over, it's a crossed arrow and sword. Underneath it is a number. That number is how many dice you roll. And you'll see that these dice are a little different. There's an X, 1 blade or 1 sword, blank, and then there's a 2 sword. So anytime you roll a dice, you want to get 3 of these blades or 3 of these swords, and that's a success. If you get more X's than blades, that's a fumble, and you might have shot yourself or tripped.
Can't have that.
They can't have that. If you get 5 or more, that's a critical success, and that's what the back of this is. So you might cut down your opponent and charge into another one. So it's all about right here, and this is all the extra stuff on the back of the main rule book. And this game is all about taking off or adding dice. So it's adding dice or subtracting dice. So on a samurai, he has 5 dice to roll to try to get those 3 swords. Next one over is called agility. If somebody tries to hit you or shoot at you, you want to try to dodge out of the way. And you always have to dodge. Next one over is strength. How hard you hit. When I hit you, that's what I roll. Next one over is a wit check, W-I-T, or a brain pen. For example, all of us know that this little guy here, the samurai, is more dangerous. But in the game, you have to shoot at the closest character. But if you make a wit check, you can choose your target. So you don't have to shoot it where you always have to shoot. Next one over is is the name of the game, Test of Honor. It's if you have to make a morale check, or if you see somebody fall down, get cut down, you might have to run off the table. And the next is a little number. It's a little fan, but there's a number there, and that number corresponds to this little bag over here. And this is where the chits are.
Yep.
If you look in the upper left-hand corner here, there's a symbol. That's a samurai symbol, and there is the commoner symbol. So you'll reach in the bag. We take turns pulling out chits, and we activate our matching character. There's 7 things you can do in this game when you get your chit. First thing is you move 6 inches.
Okay.
Second thing is you charge 6 inches. Third thing, you get up from getting knocked down and move 3 inches. You can move 3 inches and shoot. You can move 3 inches cautiously, which I'll explain. You can avoid, and the 7th one is reload your rifle, your arquebus.
Okay.
Well, there's no arquebus in this first scenario, so we really can only do 6.
Okay.
So every time you pull a chit out of the bag, you look at it and you activate one of your guys. Now, if you pull out one you've already activated and your cards are full, you give it to your opponent and the bag, and he gets to go twice. Finally, and here's the real fun in this game, there's these things. They're called fate counters, or fate chits, fate tokens. And there's 3 of them in the bag. What happens is if you draw a fate, your turn passes and you pass the bag over. The 3rd one, the turn is done, regardless of how many of these are still left in the bag, and that person goes first. So you never know when the turn's done.
Right.
That is it. Now, if I actually go up and I hit you, and you don't avoid, but I don't cut you down,
Right.
you get one of these little guys. That's a blood chit. For every one of these on the guy, you add extra dice to the damage roll. So more and more chances to get those 5.
Right.
The last thing I have to show you is this little thing here. Remember when I talked to you about moving cautiously?
Yep.
If a guy moves 3 and has one of those on him, if this guy shoots at him, he has to avoid it. You always have to avoid if you can. So I would dig in the bag and pull out a chit for him. But if I've got one of those, I burn this chit instead. That's the game.
That's it.
That's it.
Wow.
Okay, let's run through a turn.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so this is the very first in a 6-linked campaign,
Okay.
and it starts out with 2 young samurai from rival clans have met by chance on the road. Each intended to stop at a shelter and to pray at a small roadside shrine, but having arrived at the same time, neither is willing to back down and make the way for the other. Heated words were exchanged. Your mother can't cook rice. Families are insulted, and soon swords were unsheathed. The most honorable course is to strike down your upstart who has disparaged your name. And then whoever loses this one goes on to the next one and becomes player 1, so they're all linked. And you have to like find the shogun's son. There's a geisha spy somewhere, and there's actually 6 games.
Brilliant.
And there's actually a mini role-playing game now in this. We don't care about commoners, but the samurai can increase and go through, and after a while get skills, and he might get injured.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
So you can build up your samurai.
Right.
And we have 5 booster packs for like monks and ronin and mounted samurai. 2 more coming out for Nate. And what's really great, 35 miniatures, all the dice, all the cards, all the tokens, $50. $49.99. 35 miniatures, $49.99.
Okay.
Let's play.
And these miniatures are beautiful,
Yeah,
guys.
let's talk about these guys.
Yeah.
That's a 3 stand. You'll notice that there's 3 guys, so they operate as a unit.
Right.
And as long as there's 3, they get extra dice.
Okay.
Now, if I'm trying to shoot behind something like somebody's hiding back there, I subtract the dice. If I charge through my own guys, I subtract the dice. It's all about adding and subtracting dice.
Okay.
Now, if we know that the bow and arrow, the arrow is where the power is. That's where
Right.
the damage is. You can shoot 24.
Okay.
But up to 12, it's 3 dice damage. But after 12 to 24, it loses some of its power, so it goes down to 2 dice damage.
Okay.
I know I've did a lot of information here, but it's really quick and simple.
That's all right.
All right, so here we go.
That's why we're going to play a turn. So
All right.
everybody gets a good feel of this.
Everybody gets a good feel. So here we go. I'm going to let you go first, Rob. Just draw a counter out of there.
All right, let's see.
Okay, that's a commoner token. Go ahead and show it to the folks.
Okay.
It's a commoner token. So now you have a choice of bowman, or your spearman. They can move those 6 things. Move 6, move 3, whatever you
I
want.
can move 3 and shoot. like you
Exactly.
said.
That's why sometimes this game lasts 5 minutes.
All right, so I'm going to move 3.
Yep, and there's my samurai, and the
Yeah.
object of this game is to
My
knock him
whole
down.
objective is to just kill
Okay.
anything in my way.
That's right, and let's see if he's within 12. He is. So you take the counter and you bookmark it on your guy, so you can put it, and you'll notice that there's a little spot right here underneath, so you can just
Yeah.
lay it right on there. Or, in the case of these guys, you might put it there, so you know which one of your 2 guys have
That's
fired.
exactly what I'll do. So
Okay.
I'm going to leave this right here so
That's right.
everybody can see it.
Oh, let's move it up a little bit.
Yep, move it up a little bit. There
There
we
you
go.
go.
Right behind him.
Okay.
Okay, so I would get
3 dice, because that is right there your strike or shoot.
Right.
So you roll 3 of your dice. You're looking for 3 swords. Okay,
Got
1 and 2. So no hit.
right,
Okay. So now it's my turn to draw.
which I left myself wide open. And here comes the samurai.
No,
Ah.
fate. So now I set it down, and it's now your turn again.
Okay, it's easy as that. Another commoner.
Well, you can move your other guy and shoot at me.
Yeah, since the other guy whiffed completely. Oh, there it is. So we'll move up 3 here.
Yep. Let's see if he's within 12.
I don't think so.
He's just in 12.
Okay. So 3 dice.
Yes, 3 dice.
That's
Uh-oh.
a complete whiff.
But look, it's 2 X's and a blank, so you didn't fumble. If it was a blade, then you'd fumble.
Right.
But it's a blank, so it's not a fumble. So you got lucky.
Real lucky.
My turn.
All right.
Samurai.
Oh, I knew that was coming.
So I think you might be within 6.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so I'm gonna charge.
All right.
Now the samurai strikes with 5 dice. So I'm gonna roll 5 dice. And I missed. So now I go back 1.
Okay.
Your draw.
All right.
Now if you get a samurai, I think I'm within 6.
I think so. No.
Fate.
Uh-oh.
So there's 1 fate chip left in there.
And that'll end the turn.
Oh, a commoner.
Commoner.
Well, I'm gonna return the favor, and I'm gonna shoot at your guy.
Okay. Let's see if you have a little better luck than I did. And yes, you
3.
do.
Okay, so now you have to dodge. Your
Okay.
samurai has not used anything yet, so
Okay.
we reach into the bag because you have to avoid if you can. So we pull out a samurai chit,
Okay.
and now you roll 5 dice to avoid that arrow that's coming at you.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
You do not. So now we'll see if it's within 12. It is, so now I roll 3 dice for damage.
Okay.
No!
Wow.
So he's wounded.
Now what did you need on that again? Just to
I
make
needed
sure
3 swords.
3 swords.
3 swords. Always when you roll dice, 3 swords.
Okay.
Now the arrow had 2.
Right.
2 if it's under. If
And
it's over
it's
12.
all on there.
It's all on the card. So now it's your turn.
All right.
I feel a samurai coming. Oh, it's a commoner. So you can move your last stand, and I bet you he could charge into my. They could,
All right, that's what I'm doing.
but you're going to charge into here, and we'll
Yep.
say he comes through here. Now, as he comes through, he was able to move through and not hit into the. So he's not going to lose
Right.
any. So you look at your card, and his damage is 4 dice.
All right, here we go. Let's see if I can hit something today.
Yes,
Oh,
3.
okay.
So you hit. So now I have to avoid. So I look in the bag. I pull out a samurai token.
All right.
And now I have to roll 5 dice to try to move out of the way. I do. So I fall
Nice.
back.
Wow. All
My
right,
turn?
Your turn.
Samurai.
Uh-oh. Here
And
it
look,
comes.
I'm full.
Right.
So if he gets attacked from now on or shot at, he won't be able to avoid.
Okay.
And I'm going to have to charge you guys here.
Okay.
All right, I roll my 5 dice.
See what you got.
5. That's a
Wow.
critical hit.
Yes, it is.
Now, you guys got to avoid. But no, they've already done their turn.
Yeah.
So you can avoid.
Right.
So now I go straight to damage.
Uh-oh.
I roll 5 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another critical hit. So, first of all, we look on the back. He's got a katana. And I was doing a strike, right?
Right.
So we look at katana. It's right. I'm not. There it is.
Oh, yeah,
so
there we
strike
go.
is deep cut. So
Yeah.
I look at deep cut means if the attack results in a light wound, I roll a dice and give you more blood drops.
Right.
So if I don't damage you, what I did though, so that's
Yeah.
fine. But then I damaged you on a damage, so it's called a follow-up. And a follow-up means, and this is where the cinematic effect comes in. That's what happens. It's just like a movie.
Right.
Okay. So follow-up is the warrior makes a free charge. So I cut one down, and now I charge into the samurai. So you can see the movie, right?
Right.
So now I get a free move, even though I'm full, because I did a critical hit, I can go again. So now I charge through somebody, so I'm
Right.
gonna lose one of my strike.
Okay.
I need 4, and I missed.
Wow.
So now I push you back. But now it's your turn. Can you see the movie?
Yes, I can. Oh no!
Turn over.
Turn over.
So we don't know what's gonna happen next, boys and girls, but we do know that this guy here is gonna have to make a wit check because one of his members got dropped.
Yeah.
So you're gonna roll, we check on our thing. He's got a 3 for test of honor. He has to make a test of honor check because one of his buddies got chopped down.
Yeah.
So you roll 3 dice, and you want to get 3 swords.
No.
You don't. So he falls back 6 inches because he's scared of the ferocious charge. And this bowman has to make 1 because
Okay.
he's within 6. He
Oh,
stays.
yeah, he stays.
So next turn, maybe.
Maybe.
No, maybe. But we don't know because all these are picked up, and because you picked the 3rd one, you go first. And that is a turn of
That's-
test of honor, Rob.
That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I suggest you guys run out and you go pick this up. This is just brilliant.
35
And nice-
miniatures, $49.99.
Fantastic.
And
All
we
right,
just
let's-
announced we have 2 more box sets coming out. We have 5 on, 2 more on the line. There's always scenarios. Check us out on the warlordgames.com, and we'll take care of you.
All right, let's go up top and get our final thoughts.
Well, there you have it.
Hope you had a good time. It was exciting, right? Let's talk about a cinematic effect. Every game is different. I've done 30 of these, and they're crazy. Each one's different. Sometimes it's 5 minutes, sometimes it's 50. But man, you're watching a movie. You gotta buy this and get it at this store.
Definitely. This is a great game. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Check out Miniature Market. They're going to be carrying this. Hey,
All right, just to
Thanks,
follow
Robbie.
up on our Test of Honor video, if you get a chance to definitely check it out. What a great game. But they have Ronin, Mounted Samurai, Samurai War Bands, Pauper Soldiers, and Masked Men. I mean, these are all that's out right now. You can, you should be able to get them in the miniature market in the next week or so, or you can go right to the Warlord site and pick them up right there. This is something I really suggest, especially if you like all the work that they've been doing, and I really do with Battle on Terry's and everything else that they're doing. They're doing a great job. Matter of fact, we got John right here.
A lot of people like to talk about beer and pretzel games, and everybody wants something just, hey, I don't want to do a lot, let's just do a beer and pretzel game. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. This game is flexible. You can do a 10-man or 10-point, 30-point, depends upon how much you have. And I call this almost a beer and pretzel game because it's a little bit more finesse, and you saw how exciting it was.
Oh, yeah.
Almost a beer and pretzel game.
No.
Thanks.
Thanks so much, John. Thanks for your time. I really appreciate
your
it.
time.
All right, guys.
Bye.
We'll catch you later.
Sponsored by Miniature Market's Review Corner. The Review Corner features podcasts, videos, and written reviews by gamers for gamers. Miniature Market, online gaming superstore, thousands of games and minis, discount prices. Check them out at miniaturemarket.com.